Hello, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video around the Senior Reserves Officer role that we've got advertised at Surrey Wildlife Trust currently. Now, this is a new post that will evolve into a SANG manager role after looking after a maternity leave period. And the purpose of this video is to give you a bit more insight, add a bit of colour to the picture around what is involved in the role, some of the jobs and the sites you'll be involved in managing, and also why a role like this is really crucial and quite exciting at a time for nature restoration in the county. The Senior RO post will be within our reserves management team, and that team is split up into 3 geographical areas: the west, the central and the east areas within Surrey. You'll be overseeing the management of the East Teams area and working off a blueprint and a structure that's been provided by the member of staff that's on maternity leave. You'll be looking after sites like this, which is Quarry Hangers. Now, this is a chalk grassland on the North Downs, a phenomenally rich and biodiverse site that we have conservation grazing on, have a number of volunteer work parties on. That's replicated on other chalk grassland sites in this area, like Hill Park. Again, conservation grazing taking place there. Fantastic group of voluntary wardens there as well that act as eyes and ears. You'll also be looking after phenomenal woodlands like Graham Hendry Wood, a rich, biodiverse, abundant, small little woodland on the outskirts of Godstone. Again, working with volunteers and the community and voluntary wardens to enhance the biodiversity and bioabundance in lovely woodlands like that. And you'll also be looking after some wonderful wetland sites like Van Lake, where we recently did a fish survey and we caught over 100 eels, showing that the fish assemblage and species diversity at Van Lake is incredibly rich. So the first months of this role really is caretaking the East team, making sure that things tick over lovely there whilst our member of staff is on maternity leave. That will also give the successful candidate the opportunity to embed themselves within that team, the reserves management department as a whole, which includes our conservation grazing team, and really get a deep understanding of the inner workings of Surrey Wildlife Trust and our interactions with the communities and our volunteers. So once the maternity cover period for this role ends, the Senior Reserves Officer post will transition into becoming our point of contact to manage all our SANGs. Now, we currently manage 4 SANGs, suitable alternative natural green spaces, on behalf of the Land Trust in the county. But by the end of 2025, that will go up to about 7 or 8 SANGs in total. So there is a great opportunity there for us to demonstrate how nature truly can be everywhere, not just on nature reserves, but in areas where there's a more recreational focus to take pressure off our special protection areas. We're currently looking after places like Oldlands Copse, a gorgeous grassland reserve just off the A3 north of Guildford, Eashing Meadows, which is just outside Elstead, more down to the south of the county, and the third one is Horsley Meadows, again a gorgeous grassland site just near the outskirts of Leatherhead and Horsley. So it's a slightly unique role, this, but it does really give us the opportunity to demonstrate how these spaces can be phenomenal for biodiversity, phenomenal for nature. The community can play a real key role in helping us achieve that, and we can truly look at creating a landscape where nature can be part of every decision that we make. So who are we looking for? In an ideal world, we'd be looking for someone who maybe has some people management experience perhaps, or is at the point in their career where they're looking to take that element on. Someone who's got some budget management responsibility would be handy. Someone who has experience of translating work from habitat management plans to delivery on the ground and monitoring those impacts is also a skill set we'd be looking for. Someone who's au fait and comfortable with using machinery, anything perhaps from a tractor to a chainsaw to a brush cutter, with the relevant tickets like first aid qualifications, would also be advantageous. And a people person, someone who gets on with the team within the trust, but is also engaging warmly with the communities in and around the SANGs so that they feel embedded within the management. So if you're interested in the post or you'd like to learn more, I'd very much welcome applications. But if you want to get in contact with me to find out a bit more about the post and the trust and the SANGs, please do feel free to get in touch at any time, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you have, and good luck.